Right now, you hold the power to completely transform your life. Not tomorrow, not someday. This very moment holds the potential for greatness. If you want to uncover how to create the reality you've always dreamed of, stay with me. We're about to dive into the extraordinary power you have within you to go beyond fear, beyond limitations, and step into the life you've always known was possible. Think about the life you wish you could live. That version of your future where you are thriving, where joy, fulfillment, and abundance are not just fleeting experiences, but your everyday reality. What if I told you that everything you need to create that life is already within you? The key to the life you've always dreamed of is in your hands right now. This is not wishful thinking. It's not just a hopeful fantasy. It is a potential that lives inside you, waiting to be unlocked. You have the power to create your destiny starting today. The truth is, our minds are incredible instruments, capable of designing, shaping, and giving birth to a completely new reality. Take, for example, someone who decided to change their entire life by shifting their mindset, like the story of an individual who went from struggling with anxiety and self-doubt to becoming a successful entrepreneur. By visualizing their ideal future, believing in their potential, and taking consistent action, they were able to create a reality that once seemed impossible. This demonstrates just how powerful our minds truly are. So why do so many of us live the same lives, day in, day out? Why do we feel like our dreams are just outside our reach, as if the universe itself has put them on some distant shelf where we can't quite grab them? It's because we've been conditioned to believe in limitations, conditioned to settle for less, conditioned to think we need something external to change before we can feel the joy, the abundance, the freedom we long for. But the most beautiful truth is that we are not prisoners to these limitations. These limitations can include fears of failure, negative self-beliefs, societal expectations, and even past experiences that we carry with us. We are conditioned to believe these limits are real, but they are simply barriers we've accepted. We are more powerful than we know. See, we live in a society that often teaches us that the things we want are out there, somewhere in the distant future, somewhere outside of us. We chase money, we chase relationships, we chase status, thinking that the fulfillment we're looking for lies in those things. But what if the thing you've been chasing has always been inside of you? What if instead of reaching outward, you started reaching inward and realized that everything you need is right here, right now? The doorway to the life you desire is not somewhere beyond the horizon. It's within your very consciousness, your mind, your thoughts. You have to understand, the mind is powerful beyond measure. What you think, you become. What you believe, you create. Every thought you think sends a signal, not just within your body, but out into the fabric of space itself. You are, in every moment, communicating with a field of infinite possibilities. And that field responds to you. The life you're living right now is not an accident. It's not random. It's a reflection of the way you've been thinking, believing, feeling, and acting. And the incredible news is that if you want to change your life, you don't need to wait for anything in the external world to change first. You only need to change what's happening inside of you. This is not a new concept. This truth has been spoken about for centuries by philosophers, spiritual leaders, and visionaries. But today, science is beginning to catch up. Neuroscience, quantum physics, biology, they're all beginning to reveal just how extraordinary the human mind really is. We have within us the power to reshape our neural networks, to transform our biology, and to access dimensions of consciousness that transcend our physical limitations. We have the capacity to visualize a future and then emotionally connect with it so intensely that our brain begins to wire as if that future is already happening. This is the process of change. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you vividly imagine when you envision a future where you are confident, successful, happy, in love. And when you feel it as if it's already happened, you are changing your brain chemistry. This happens because your brain starts to produce the same chemicals as if you were actually experiencing those emotions in real life, reinforcing new neural pathways and making it easier to embody these positive states in the future. You are laying down new neural pathways and the body begins to follow. Your physiology starts to match your new mindset. And when your mind and body are aligned, you become a powerful magnet for the experiences you want to create. Your external world will start to mirror the internal changes you've made. But here's where most people struggle. We've been trained to think from the circumstances we currently see rather than thinking from the vision of what we want to become. If your current situation is challenging, maybe you feel stuck in a job you don't love. Maybe your relationships aren't fulfilling. Maybe you struggle with health issues. It's easy to think that things will never change. And as long as you believe that, as long as you allow the outer world to dictate how you feel and how you think, you'll continue to create the same outcomes. The key is to learn how to think beyond the current reality, to hold a vision for a different future, and to embody the emotions of that future as if it's already here. When you start each day by seeing yourself as the person you want to be, and when you practice feeling the emotions that this version of you would feel, gratitude, love, joy, freedom, you are changing your state of being. You're no longer the same person who walked into that day. You are reprogramming your subconscious mind, and you are signaling new information to the quantum field. Over time, with consistent practice, the life you dream of starts to materialize. Not because you forced it, not because you worked harder or struggled more, but because you became the version of yourself that was aligned with that reality. You learn to tune in to a new frequency. Think of it like tuning into a radio station. If you want to hear classical music, but you're tuned into a rock station, you're not going to get what you want. In the same way, if your energy, your thoughts, your feelings are tuned into lack, into fear, into frustration, you're not going to attract abundance, love, or peace. You have to tune yourself to the energy of the life you want to live. You have to change your thoughts to change your frequency. And the amazing part is that when you change your frequency, the universe has no choice but to bring you experiences that match it. You might be thinking, how do I start this process? How do I begin to shift my life in such a profound way? It starts with awareness. You have to become aware of the thoughts you're thinking, the beliefs you're holding, and the emotions you're carrying every day. Ask yourself, do these thoughts serve the future I want to create? If they don't, it's time to replace them. It's time to think greater than your circumstances. Start each morning by setting an intention for who you want to be and what you want to experience. Use the power of your imagination to create a mental picture of your future and let your emotions rise to match that vision. Gratitude is one of those powerful emotions you can feel, because when you feel gratitude, you are signaling to your body and to the universe that what you desire is already here. You're no longer in a state of wanting or lack. You are in a state of receiving. And when you sustain that state, your body begins to believe that your future is here now. It's not magic. It's the science of rewiring your brain, creating new connections, and allowing your body to follow a new emotional blueprint. You have to understand that changing your life isn't about forcing things or struggling to make them happen. It's about becoming so aligned, so coherent in your energy that the things you desire are drawn to you. It's about knowing that you are already worthy, already enough, already capable of experiencing the greatness you seek. Your only job is to remove the mental barriers, the doubts, the fears, and the limiting beliefs that have kept you from seeing the truth of who you are. Think about how many times you've allowed fear to keep you from taking a step forward. How many times you've settled for less because you were afraid of failing, afraid of being judged, afraid of stepping out of what felt familiar. The comfort zone might feel safe, but it's also the place where dreams go to die. For example, think about a person who had a passion for art but chose to stay in a secure but unfulfilling office job instead. They missed the opportunity to turn their passion into a successful career simply because stepping out of the comfort zone seemed too risky. Staying comfortable cost them their dream. If you want to create a new future, you have to become comfortable with discomfort. You have to be willing to step into the unknown, to take risks, to trust that the universe will support you when you are fully aligned with the desires of your heart. You see, the unknown is where all possibilities exist. It's where true transformation happens. The life you want is not waiting for you in the comfort of your routine. It's out there in the place you haven't dared to step yet. It's waiting for you beyond the barriers of fear that you've allowed to stand in your way. Every time you take that brave step into uncertainty, you open the door to miracles. It's in those moments when you push beyond what feels comfortable and familiar that you discover what you're truly capable of. You find the courage that's been hiding beneath the surface, waiting to be called upon. Think about a time when you overcame a challenge, when you faced something that scared you and moved through it anyway. What happened on the other side of that fear? You grew, didn't you? You expanded. You became more than you were before. Growth and transformation never happen within the walls of familiarity. Every time you take a step into the unknown, you create space for something new to enter your life. You make room for miracles. Yes, there might be fear, there might be uncertainty, but beyond that fear is freedom. Beyond that fear is the realization that you are so much more than what you've allowed yourself to be. You are limitless, boundless, and capable of extraordinary things. And every time you act in spite of your fear, every time you choose courage over comfort, you strengthen your connection to the person you are destined to become. Imagine what would happen if every day you chose to do one thing that scared you. What if you decided just for today that you would not let fear dictate your actions? How different would your life look in a week, in a month, in a year? The people who achieve greatness, who live lives that inspire others, are not people who are without fear. They are people who have learned to move forward in spite of their fear. They've learned that fear is not a wall, it's a door. And when you walk through it, you find yourself on the other side with new opportunities, new experiences, and a new understanding of your own potential. Think of the comfort zone as a small circle, and think of the unknown as everything outside that circle. Every time you stretch beyond the boundaries of that circle, it gets bigger. Every time you step into something that scares you, your comfort zone expands, and soon the things that used to frighten you become part of the familiar. And then you move further, stretching that circle again and again. The more you do this, the more expansive your life becomes. Suddenly, the things that once seemed impossible become entirely within your reach. You begin to see that there are no limits except the ones you place on yourself. And let's talk about trust. Trusting in the universe, trusting in something greater than yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. Trust that when you leap, the net will appear. Trust that you are being guided, that you are supported, that the universe wants you to succeed. Consider the story of someone like J.K. Rowling, who trusted her dream of writing even when she faced numerous rejections and hardships. Despite her struggles, she believed in her vision, and eventually her perseverance and trust led her to unprecedented. This is proof that when you trust the process, amazing things can happen. You are not alone in this journey. The moment you decide to step into the unknown, the moment you decide to align yourself with your true desires, the universe begins to conspire in your favor. It starts to move things around, to bring people, opportunities, and experiences into your path that will help you grow and move forward. But you have to be willing to take that first step, to trust that what you need will be there even if you can't see it yet. Every single person who has ever achieved something great has had to take a step into the unknown. They've had to risk failure, to face the possibility of rejection, to confront the fears that held them back. And what sets them apart is that they didn't let those fears stop them. They didn't settle for a life that was comfortable but unfulfilling. They pushed themselves to grow, to stretch, to move beyond what felt safe, because they knew that the life they wanted was on the other side of that fear. Think about your own life. What are the dreams that you have been holding back on because of fear? What are the things you have told yourself you can't do because they are too risky, too uncertain, too far out of your comfort zone? I want you to imagine what it would feel like to do those things. Imagine the sense of empowerment, the sense of freedom, the sense of accomplishment that would come from facing your fears head on and moving forward anyway. Imagine how your life would change if you decided today that you would no longer let fear dictate your actions. This journey of transformation is not about being fearless. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about recognizing that fear is a natural part of growth and using it as a guide, as a sign that you are on the right path. If you're feeling scared, it means you're stepping into something new, something that has the power to change you. And that is where life truly begins. The life you've dreamed of is not waiting for you in the comfort zone. It's waiting for you in the unknown, in the place where you feel a little scared, a little unsure, but also excited by the possibilities. Growth requires us to do the uncomfortable. It requires us to face our fears, to look them in the eye, and to decide that they will not hold us back. It requires us to trust in ourselves and our abilities, in our worthiness, and in the universe itself. And when we do that, when we make that decision, we open the door to a life that is far more vibrant, far more fulfilling, and far more extraordinary than we ever thought possible. Step into the unknown, take that risk. Do the thing that scares you. Trust that you are supported. Trust that you are capable. Trust that you are worthy. The life you want is on the other side of your fear, and the only way to get there is to move through it. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. And the universe is ready to support you every step of the way. Be courageous, be bold, be willing to take risks, to make mistakes, to fall down and get back up. Be willing to trust that everything you need is already within you. Because in the moment you decide to step fully into your power, to embrace the unknown, to trust in yourself and in the universe, is the moment everything changes. You are limitless and the possibilities for your life are endless. Step into the unknown and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Growth and transformation never happen within the walls of familiarity. Every time you take a step into the unknown, you are creating space for a miracle. You are opening yourself up to new possibilities. Yes, there might be fear, there might be uncertainty, but beyond that fear is freedom. Beyond that fear is the realization that you are so much more than what you've allowed yourself to be. You are limitless, boundless, and capable of extraordinary things. And every time you act in spite of your fear, every time you choose courage over comfort, you strengthen your connection to the person you are destined to become. Remember, your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic. When you combine a clear intention, a picture in your mind, with an elevated emotion, you are broadcasting a new energy out into the field. And that energy begins to influence the field around you, pulling experiences into your reality that match the energy you are sending out. You are a creator, and every moment of your life is an opportunity to create something new, something that reflects the highest version of yourself. And it's not just about the big moments or the major milestones. It's about the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. It's about the way you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. It's about the decision to focus on gratitude instead of complaining. It's about choosing to love when it's easier to hate. All of these small choices add up and they begin to shift your energy. They begin to elevate your vibration. And before you know it, your entire reality starts to change. It's about the way you approach challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as problems, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Every time you encounter something difficult, you have a choice to let it bring you down or to use it as a stepping stone to rise higher. Life is full of challenges, and the way you respond to those challenges shapes who you become. Will you allow your circumstances to dictate who you are, or will you rise above them and become the person you are capable of being? What kind of life do you want to create? Who do you want to be? And are you willing to let go of the old story, the old self, the old limitations, so you can step into a greater version of who you are? Because it's not about waiting for something to happen so you can finally feel happy. It's about deciding that you're going to feel happy now, deciding that you are going to be grateful now, deciding that you are going to live as if your dreams are already a reality. Because when you do that, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. The mind loves to live in the familiar, to stay where it knows what to expect. But growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Growth happens when you push yourself, when you challenge yourself, when you decide that the life you are living is not enough. Not because you aren't grateful for what you have, but because you know there is more, you are capable of more and you know that you deserve more. It's about taking the leap and trusting that the net will appear, about knowing that you are always supported, always guided, always loved. The path of transformation is not a straight line. It's not a clear-cut road without detours or setbacks. It's filled with twists and turns, with moments of doubt, with days where it feels like nothing is working. But those moments are part of the process. They are the moments that shape you, that refine you, that make you stronger. When you encounter resistance, know that it is a sign that you are on the right path. Change is uncomfortable, and your mind will resist it because it wants to stay in the familiar. But every time you push through that resistance, every time you refuse to give up, you are reprogramming yourself for greatness. Your future is in your hands, but it's not just in your hands. It's in your mind, it's in your heart, it's in your energy. It's about who you are being in every moment. Are you being the person who lives in alignment with abundance, with love, with joy? Or are you allowing old patterns, old thoughts, and old emotions to keep you stuck? The choice is yours, and it's a choice you get to make every single day. No one else can do this for you. It's a personal journey of transformation, and it begins with a single thought, a single moment of deciding that your past does not define your future. You have the power to create, to change, to transform, to step into a version of yourself that you never thought possible. But you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to believe in a future that you can't see with your eyes, but that you can feel in your heart. And when you do, when you truly commit to this process, something amazing happens. Life begins to unfold in ways that are beyond what you could have planned or imagined. Opportunities appear, synchronicities show up, people come into your life who help you on your journey. You become the creator, not the victim, not the one who is waiting for something to change, but the one who decides that change starts now, in this moment, with a shift in your thoughts, in your feelings, in your energy. And this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about being a little bit better today than you were yesterday. It's about falling down and getting back up, about failing and trying again. It's about showing yourself compassion on the days when things feel hard and celebrating yourself on the days when you take a step forward. It's about recognizing that every small step counts, that every small shift adds up, and that the transformation you seek is already underway. You are powerful beyond measure. You are capable of greatness. And the key to living the life you've always dreamed of is not out there. It's right here within you. You only have to decide to claim it, to step into it, to believe that it's possible, and then to live each day as if it's already yours, because it is. You have the power to create your reality. And the moment you truly realize that, nothing will ever be the same again. So go out there, live boldly, think bigger, love deeper, and create a life that truly reflects who you are. The key is in your hands. The power is within you. The time is now. The question is, will you use it? Will you take this gift, this incredible power that lives inside of you, and create something beautiful? Will you rise above the limitations, the doubts, the fears, and step fully into the person you were always meant to be? You are the author of your story. The pen is in your hands, and the pages are waiting to be filled. Fill them with courage, with hope, with love, and with dreams so big that they scare you. Because when you do, when you commit to writing the story of your life from a place of power and possibility, you create a legacy that will inspire others to do the same. You are limitless. Your potential is infinite, and the time to begin is right now. Step into your power, claim your greatness, and create the life you have always dreamed of. It is all within your reach, waiting for you to say yes. No one else can make the decision for you. You are the one who gets to choose every day who you will be, what energy you will embody, and what actions you will take. You get to choose if you will allow your fears to rule you or if you will let your dreams guide you. Every morning, every moment is a chance to choose again, to decide again, to create again. And when you begin to truly live from this place, from a place of knowing your power, your potential, your infinite worth, you will inspire others to do the same. Your transformation will ripple out and touch the lives of those around you. You will become a beacon of hope, a light in the darkness, a reminder to others that they too are capable of greatness. Because the truth is, we are all connected. Your growth, your joy, your success, it lifts everyone around you. When you rise, you give others permission to rise as well. So do not hold back. Do not play small. Do not let fear convince you that you are anything less than extraordinary. Stand tall in your power. Stand tall in your truth. And know that you are here for a reason, that your life matters, that your dreams matter, and that you have everything you need within you to create a life of meaning, of purpose, of abundance, and of love. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are enough. And the time to step into your greatness is now, not tomorrow, not someday, not when the circumstances are perfect or when you feel ready. The time is now. The life you have always dreamed of is already here. The person you have always wanted to be is already within you. The power you have always sought is already yours. So take a deep breath, feel that truth in your heart, and begin. Begin to create, begin to believe, begin to live as the highest version of yourself. The world is waiting for your light. The universe is waiting for your greatness. And you are ready. Right here, right now, you are ready. The key is in your hands. The power is within you. The